I guess we all need, to shop at Banana Republic from now on? Because that's what it feels like. Yeah, a Banana Republic. For years, the Bidens have been able to escape any legal accountability for their sleazy, corrupt conduct. But today, their luck ran out. At least Hunter's did.
The justice system in this country is dead. And it's alive and well. It's both dead and alive and well. It's dead when it convicted Trump for a crime he obviously did. It's alive and well when it convicted Hunter Biden for a crime he obviously did, because one of them is Republican and one of them is Democrat.
This is a new era in America, and I think it goes against the ilk of who we are as Americans and our faith in the criminal justice system. In the end, this jury of ordinary people from Delaware were not intimidated by that family. And they recognized that this was a clear-cut case and that clearly no one's above the law.
Unlike us on the left, who actually call out corruption on both sides when we see it, actually wanted Hunter Biden to be found guilty of crimes he committed, just like we wanted for Donald Trump, the right, it's complete disingenuousness these days. It's complete raw desire for power at all costs, regardless of truth. It does not matter what actually happened. What matters is what we say about what happened. And that switches based on the weather, based on the wind.
We also found checks from one of Hunter Biden's shell companies that were going into an account for Joe Biden monthly. They said that was a loan repayment. Oh yeah, everything's a loan repayment. Well, why did Hunter Biden will have an opportunity in deposition to come in and explain that?
But Chairman, that was memorialized in emails that you guys leaked from Hunter Biden's laptop.
Thank you.
I would like to have asked Hunter Biden about Mann Act violations. Sex trafficking women across state lines.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
That would have been a good question. You don't seem to care about that.
Donald Trump being convicted means the system is rigged. It's a deep state. Hunter Biden being convicted means it's law and order is finally being restored to some degree in this country. But ridiculous when it happens to Donald Trump. When it happens to Hunter Biden, it's proof that not only was it a good thing, but it was also a bad thing, because at the same time, Republicans are making arguments on both sides of the Hunter Biden conviction.
Charlie Kirk says the Democrats will use the conviction to claim that the system is fair. Vivek Ramaswamy, he calls it a smokescreen to deflect attention from Biden's other crimes.
Right, so showing an actual fair legal system proves that the system is not fair. It's so unfair to show how fair it is, to then prove that it's fair as a cover for covering up for our bullshit claims that it's not fair. That's literally what they're saying. It's not fair, and them showing how fair it is makes our claims of not fairness, of unfairness, seem wrong. And that's not fair. It's like a baby claiming, it's not fair when I don't win something. And life's not fair. Parents tell that to their kids all the time. But you have to tell that to the children in the Republican Party, of course, these days as well. I'd like to also remind everybody that while they say Biden's Justice Department is corrupt and is going after his political enemies, the Trump conviction was a state court issue, a state-level crime, and the President of the United States has no jurisdiction over that whatsoever. But the federal government is run by Joe Biden, and the Justice Department under Biden is what just convicted his own son, proving the opposite of all of the lies they love to spew. But does that stop anybody from spewing them? No, it does not. Does it stop Laura Ingraham from having a face looking like she just smelled something horrific, freeze frame or live action? No. It does not, because she goes through life like this. This is my resting state. But, probably the real truth is that Hunter Biden being convicted is to cover up for Joe Biden doing really messed up stuff, which yet again they have no evidence for. Yet again, after a congressional hearing, was able to come up with no evidence, despite a big national distraction. And it's also probably a psyop, obviously not according to a thinking person, therefore according to everybody at Newsmax.
That's what's so curious about this, is that they use this as evidence for this. As you said, who cares about a gun charge? I couldn't care less about Hunter's gun, and if he cheated the tax man, I hate the IRS. What we know they were doing is far worse.
So that's the modern day Republican Party, a big show, either spewing disinformation or spewing rhetoric that they know is not accurate, but is definitely covered in lots of hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy or disinformation. Sometimes you get lucky and you get both. Please, when the election comes around, just remind yourself that you've got a choice between an old man that seems a little not sharp these days, or an old man who seems a little not sharp these days and is also evil and has also poisoned the entire system of democracy in our country and has ruined faith in our elections and is currently committing treason by still saying the election was stolen and is still facing many more crimes, many more trials, and has gotten everybody to pledge fealty to him. And people say they want a dictator in this country because of how he's brainwashed the masses in such astonishingly large numbers and so easily that if he gets elected again, America as we know it is done. And also says goofy stuff that shows he's not that sharp, or just the goofy stuff that shows he's not that sharp anymore, but with a good administration around him doing positive things, generally speaking, for the country. The choice is yours. How will I ever decide? I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. You can follow me on Instagram or on X. How will you ever decide?